Good afternoon. The time now is 12:35. I'm Julie Broughton. This is Take 6, when we hang out a little bit after our new newscast and get to talk about some of the stories that we're working on that you'll see later today. And before we get to our good friend Erik Sandoval, I just have to tell you why you need to watch today's story that I was out on. I am fresh back from Dream Lake Elementary, and I'm so excited at our Getting Results in Our School segment to show you a group of students there and tell you about a competition they're going to, but they are learning soft skills like handshakes, eye contact. They are just an incredible group of students, and so we'll be highlighting them for you today at 5:30 on News 6 and Getting Results in Our Schools. And I know our friend Erik Sandoval is also back from a shoot that he's very excited about. Erik, you had an earlier start to your day than I did. I know you were at SeaWorld at 7 a.m., but this is a really important story and one you've been reporting on for a while about the coral crisis.
Yeah, by the way, I can't wait to see your story, Julie. That
So
really
good.
sounds neat.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, for, several years now, we have been telling you about the Florida Coral Rescue Center. And, this is a collaboration, a coalition of researchers and groups that have all come together to help save the coral reefs off the state of
Hmm.
Florida. Now, if you didn't know, the coral reefs are in danger of dying off, and that is mainly because of three factors. We have human pollution, we have the sea temperature is warming up, and also stony coral tissue loss disease, which is just a bacterial infection that a lot of these coral are getting because of the warmer weather and because of all the pollution. So it all just goes hand in hand. So this is a research facility that is actually in a business park in the middle of Orlando, right down by the airport,
Hmm.
and they are growing all of these coral in these incubators that you see here. They have been over the last 4 years, and we showed you this place when it first opened. These coral were just, that you could fit them in the palm
Mm.
of your hand, and now they are about the size of a football in all of these incubators. And
Hmm.
here's why this is really important. If they can grow them in this lab, in this controlled environment, all these corals are basically having babies in these big incubators, and they're going to be taking these babies and putting them back into the coral reef and hoping that the conditions are ideal where they can
Hmm.
basically continue to just propagate and have babies and eventually rebuild the coral reef. So
Hmm.
it's really fascinating research here. And, it's not often you hear of our parks working together, our theme parks. They're in competition for tourist dollars. They're in competition with each other and just for your attention. But in this facet, you have Disney and SeaWorld both working together in this same environment, dedicating money, dedicating their resources and their expertise to this really, really neat research that's going on there, Julie.
And seeing that video that you shared with us, I mean, that gives us so much hope because, we've been talking for, years, months about the problem and how it seems to be getting worse. And coral is such an important part of our environment. And it's so important that, these scientists are using their knowledge, working in collaboration with each other, nurturing this. So it was so great to see that you said, when you saw them before, they were babies and now they're growing up
They're
and
just little
thriving.
babies.
I know. So,
Yes.
and I know that you are, one of the people in the newsroom who's really in tune with all things environmental happening. You do our
Yeah.
forecasting change franchise. What was it like for you to go back in there today and see the progress that's being made right here in Central Florida?
Oh, it's just jaw dropping, Julie. I mean, we walk in, you see, first of all, you need to see our story at the very beginning of our story. We got there at 7 a.m. this morning, and the researchers forgot about the time change.
Oh
So
no.
the no, and here's why that's important, because the interior of the lab was pitch dark, and apparently they don't bring up the lights until sunrise,
Oh,
just to keep the coral
yes.
on, a cyclical cycle with the sun. And so we literally stood there and waited for the sun to rise, and just the lights started to dim on slowly, slowly,
Oh,
slowly.
wow.
And the corals, they were waking up, and it was just really neat. It was really neat to see. But as a meteorologist, Julie, you'll
Hmm.
appreciate this. You remember last summer when the water temperature off Key
Oh, yeah.
Largo reached
Hmm.
101 degrees?
I sure do.
That's
Yeah.
deadly for these coral,
Hmm.
and that is what they're up against. And so they're trying to really find some strong coral in this group, and they're really hopeful that they can find it.
Wow. What time does your story air?
Airs at 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock, just in
Oh,
case you can't get home
4 o'clock. I
soon
will have a
enough.
front row seat for that at four
There you go.
o'clock.
Pop
Now
some
I'm.
popcorn.
Are you coming on the set with us like you do sometimes,
N- Uh,
or
I'll
do you
be
have to go home?
there later in the 4 o'clock hour to
Okay.
talk about another story that we've done. But yes, I
Okay.
will be there at 4 o'clock.
Wonderful. Well, I'm so excited to see the story, and I'm so glad that
Yeah.
we're following up on this. Thank you so much, Erik
Yeah, me
Sandoval.
too. Thank you, Julie.
Time to get a check of your weather now. I was just outside, as I said, going on that shoot at Dream Lake Elementary. Really pretty day out there. So we'll start you out with a look at the satellite and radar imagery. So much sunshine today. So much nice blue sky. If you're on spring break this week, I know some of our local counties are. And of course, lots of folks visiting us for spring break. What a lovely week to be enjoying Florida. Right now, it is 73 degrees in Orlando, 72 in Melbourne, 71 in Ocala. It is 70 in Palm Coast and 72 in Cape Canaveral. We are on our way today to highs right around 80 degrees for our interior spots, a little cooler along the coast thanks to an onshore component to our winds, that sea breeze setting up. 76 for the high today in Cocoa Beach, 76 in Melbourne. The Villages, you go to 80, 79 in Kissimmee and Leesburg, and 79 in Orlando. The normal high this time of year, by the way, is 78, so we're right in that ballpark. Overnight tonight, we go down to 61 in Orlando, a little bit cooler northwest of I-4, where 53 will be the low in Ocala, 56 in Palm Coast, 64 in Melbourne. Here's how it looks for the next 7 days. You know, I forgot to move the St. Patrick's Day. I guess if you want to celebrate on Monday as well, you could. The better day, the actual day is Sunday, right, Donovan? It's Sunday, right? Donovan gave me the thumbs up. Yeah, I should stop putting icons on this since I always forget to move it. But anyway, a great week for you with highs staying right around 80 degrees. But this weekend, we will be back close to 90 in some spots. Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells will have the breakdown on all of that. And when we'll see our next best chance of rain, he'll be with us at 4. Lisa Ginter and I are all here today. So we'll see you at 4. Erik Sandoval just told you he'll be joining us to talk more about his coral story. If you have any questions or comments for us, head to clickorlando.com/take6. Let us know what's on your mind. Thanks so much for stopping by. We'll see you at 4.